Good morning, students. I hope all of you staying at home. Don't go outside. Yes, in last week we are discussing about how the matter changes. So matter remains in three states: solid, liquids, and gases. So in last class we discussed that how the temperature will affect the state. You observed that whenever temperature at 0 degrees centigrade, the solid converts into liquid. Similarly, when the temperature raises to up to 100 degrees centigrade, liquid converts into gases. So the temperature will affect the state of the body. So basing on that, we discussed about the latent heat. So what is meant by latent heat? The amount of heat required to convert unit mass of matter, an object, from one state to another state at constant temperature. This is important. At constant temperature means whatever heat or energy it is utilizing, that is used to convert the state from either from solid to liquid or from liquid to gas. So that's why we said that latent heat is two types. Latent heat of fusion from solid to liquid. Latent heat of vaporization from liquid to gas. So not only temperature, another factor also affect the state of the effect, that is the effect of change of pressure. Pressure also changes the state of matter. See, if you compress an object, what happens? It will cool down. Then it will remain in solid state. If you expand, what happens? Then its state changes, temperature changes. So by using pressure also we can change the state. At lower pressure at one state, at higher pressure in another state. That depends upon the nature of gas. That means all of the gases have same kind of boiling and melting points. Okay? So that's why their boiling point, melting point depends upon not only temperature, depends upon pressure also. Here are some of the examples he is giving. When we apply pressure, compress a gas enclosed in a cylinder. We discussed about CNG in the last class. CNG means compressed natural gas. So when you compress the gas, what happens? It will convert into solid state. So before using, it is in solid form. Whenever you are using CNG, it exposed to our atmosphere, its temperature increases. So it converts from solid to gas state. Increasing or decreasing pressure can change the state of matter. So if you increase the pressure, it will remain in solid state. If you decrease the pressure, it will remain in gas state. Solid carbon dioxide converts directly into gas state when we pressure decrease it to 1 atmosphere. So just a while before I said, when you decrease the pressure, what happens? It will remain in solid form. So solid carbon dioxide converts into gases when the pressure is decreased to 1 atmosphere. Pressure and temperature determine the state of the substance. That means not only temperature affect the state of matter, pressure also determine the state of matter. Now another important phenomena is the evaporation. In the last class we discussed about at 100 degrees centigrade water will boil. So it converts from liquid state to gas state. This is the also similar type of property, evaporation. But the difference is that water boils at 100 degrees centigrade. Pure water boils at around 100 degrees centigrade. But in evaporation, you doesn't need to get 100 degrees centigrade. I will tell one simple example. Your mother washing the clothes. After washing, what will she do? Then she will keep the clothes outside. So whenever the wind is flowing, or whenever the sunlight is falling on that, what happens? The water content present in the cloth will evaporate it. Okay. So we doesn't need to get 100 degrees centigrade to remove water or to convert water into vapor state 100 degrees centigrade. Okay, so this process is called evaporation, phenomena of change of liquid into vapor at any temperature below its boiling point is called evaporation. See, what happens that whenever liquid molecules exposed to atmosphere, they will get sufficient energy from the atmosphere. By absorbing this energy, they will convert from liquid state to gas state. So the process of escaping water molecules into the atmosphere below the boiling point, actually boiling point is 100 degrees centigrade, below the boiling point is water is evaporating. Okay, so this is called as the evaporation, phenomena of change of liquid into vapor at any temperature below boiling point. Okay, so below boiling point also the particles above the clouds absorb energy from the atmosphere and they convert from liquid to gas state. It is called as the evaporation. This evaporation depends upon different factors. One important factor is the surface area. Factor is the surface area. If the container surface area is more, evaporation is more. I will tell one example. Suppose take petrol in a dish and take same amount of petrol in a bowl. Keep both of them in the outside. After 1 hour you will observe that whatever petrol present, alcohol present in the larger bowl, larger surface area bowl is easily evaporated. But the petrol or alcohol present in the glass or petrol alcohol present in the test tube doesn't evaporate it. Why? Because surface area affects the evaporation. Because evaporation is the surface phenomena. If you pour hot water, hot milk, hot tea in a saucer, what happens? It will cool down faster. But you keep the tea, hot milk in a glass, it will take more time to cool down. Because evaporation is the surface area. If the surface area is more, evaporation also more. Next, evaporation is surface phenomena. Humidity is the factor that affects the evaporation. Amount of water present in air is called humidity. See, you will see clothes will dry faster in summer. They will dry slow in winter or rainy season. Why? Because humidity means the moisture present in the atmosphere is called humidity. So in the rainy season, more amount of water molecules present, so they can't evaporate fastly. But in summer there is a different nature. So due to sunlight, what happens? Water will evaporate fastly. So evaporation depends upon the humidity factors. So clouds dry slow during rainy season, fast in sunny. That means in hot summer or in windy day. Windy day means if the wind is flowing fast, what happens? By using that wind energy, molecules absorb more energy and they will evaporate. Whenever wind is flowing faster, the particles present on the glass will absorb that energy and they convert it from liquid to gas state. So if the wind speed is more, the evaporation also more. Because of increase in wind speed, water evaporates more away with the wind. So from this factor, what you will observe? Evaporation depends upon some factors. What are they? One is the surface area. The surface area is more, evaporation is faster. Evaporation depends upon wind speed. If the wind speed is more, then evaporation also more. Next, evaporation depends upon humidity. Because the clouds will dry faster in summer due to humidity. Okay? Now the another point I am wants to tell, whenever a person doing more work in summer, he will get more sweat. So this is also because of evaporation technique. How? See, whenever a person is doing more work, then you will observe sweat on your body. So our body will cools down. You will feel that whenever the more amount of sweat comes out from your body, then you will gets cools, more cool down. Why? Because the water present on your surface of your hands and legs gets evaporated. Why? How they are getting energy? They will absorb energy from your body. They takes energy from your body to get evaporation. So whenever our body is lose energy, our body lose heat, what happens? It will cool down. Here our body is losing heat. That's why our body cools down. So evaporation is a cooling process. Evaporation is the cooling process that you have to know. Okay? So read all these factors, write in your classwork, and read carefully, try to write down without seeing the notes. Okay, all the best.